Hi everyone. Welcome to this very very special edition. It is a collaboration between Emotion Pod and Hotel Move, which is located in Pibintang. They are our event sponsor. We are here to talk about men, mindset, and their well-being. Okay, so with me here is Rajiv. Rajiv, do you mind telling everyone who you are, what do you do, what's your passion? Probably in 1 minute.
Wow. Suyan, it's so nice to be here today, and it's a pleasure to spend some time here.
Mhm.
My full name is Rajiv Mathews George.
Mhm.
I'm a certified professional coach. I'm ICF credentialed. I've been coaching for the last 15 years. And my passion is to help elevate people, leaders, and whoever comes my way. It doesn't have to be a coaching session, but because I see potential in everyone that I meet. So this is what I do. I live in Kuala Lumpur. All right. And I'm also a Rotarian.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just now there's one point that I capture. You are passionate about elevating people,
Yeah.
right? But today we are here to talk about men. So can you actually tell me, based on all your portfolio, client portfolio, what is the ratio like? Is it men more than women or women more than men?
All this while, 15 years, it's generally probably 60% men
Right.
and the rest women.
So they actually reach out to you to talk about their own personal well-being issues.
Yes, I work earlier before COVID, it was consulting. The consultants hire me to travel all over Asia Pacific
Okay.
to actually help coach leaders, and they can be men or women.
Right.
But I think after COVID, with a lot of contracts being canceled, now I market myself and people reach out to me.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So based on your understanding coaching men, would you say that you are passionate within this area?
Okay, so it's very interesting. I just come to realize after this specific assignment, oh my, hey, I have been working with men and I see a distinct difference between men and women. Not that I didn't know, because my focus is not to be judgmental,
Yeah.
right? So then there are some key traits, and I think this has opened up a lot of things for me to address. And hey, maybe this is an area that I want to specialize in,
Right.
right?
Is there any common misconceptions about men mental health? Because in the world, basically generally what I observe, it's men, they find it very hard to open up. Yeah. So is there any like misconception you have that throughout your coaching journey?
Okay, Suan, there is a lot of things to cover,
Mm,
but I like to look at the origin, right? Why men behave in a certain way,
mm,
and even I see it's facilitated by you, right? So you are actually thinking from a women perspective,
yep.
and we have heard about the book "Men Are from Mars" and "Women Are from
Yeah.
Venus." So why certain people behave in a certain way? Why men behave in a certain way, right? And definitely one key criteria: men don't open up. And the coaching, I really thank for being a coach, because I have been trained how to speak to people, how to listen, and how to ask the right questions without whether they're male or female. And then I realized, wow, I didn't see a problem with men, because it's how I process it for them to share it with me. So now suddenly I'm realizing, wow, there should be a model for this, right? And to start off, I would want to say it is conditioning. We are all conditioned in a certain way. And I think we all have boyfriends, husbands, we have brothers, and we all have this difference of opinion. And this might be a healing process for many people that we need to understand where they come from. Right from childhood, that includes me, we are conditioned, don't show your weakness, right? You are good. You are the best. You are strong. You are able.
Don't cry.
Right. And I remember just 2 years ago, I met this small kid who was crying in front of me, and I made a mistake. I said, "You are a boy. You cannot cry." I have to slap myself, right? That comes from an ego point, right? Even though our coach, we have also vulnerabilities, right? So it is the conditioning of how people have been taught what to do. And we from Asian culture, it's too obvious. But then I spent 15 years in the US. Wow. You go to college, the men are football players. They're very macho. They don't show any sign of weakness, right? And I think to a great extent, we are also like that here in this community. We are not supposed to fail and say, hey, we got a weakness, we have an issue. That's not, it's all women's problem, right? And so through coaching, which is a blessing now, I see it, that people have started opening up.
That is the misconception you have spotted. Only one.
As we go, I share more.
You will share more. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Just now you pointed out the little boy
Ah,
cried, and you said don't cry because he's a boy,
yes.
right? I want to dive deep.
Okay.
As boy started growing up to become a man, right? How is it like to coach a man so that they can let down their guard and cry? Because crying to me is a form of release,
Of course.
right?
Yeah.
But a lot of guys, they surprised, they brought it up, right? How would you coach a person, or how would you advise differently than how you did it to the boy?
Yeah. So I think is, as a coach, one of the things is we talk about awareness, right? How often do men spend time to listen to themselves? See, this is a big issue because they are performers. They get up early morning, either they go to the field or they come out, go to work. Men are very excellent in this area. They are tough, they are focused on performance and all that. But as a child, as they grew up, it has become a habit, right? There is no one to change. Who is going to change? You think the parent is going to change them? No, right? I'm just looking at the recent murder in the school, right? Where the boy uh, killed this girl, right? Can you just imagine? He doesn't know certain things. That it is okay to talk to someone. It's okay to tell I have a problem. Now people are pointing fingers at the boy saying he did a murder. But do you really know what is going through? How does he express himself? He expresses himself by playing the video, right? This is what everyone is doing in the market. Why are people spending time on the phone? It's because they don't have a time. They do not know how to communicate. They don't have the time, and they found it's an easy way which they can control. Right? It's about control. Huh? Men want to control because they were told you should control because you're a man, right? And now you want to control everything. That means the video you can control, you can decide when you can stop. But when you are in a very situation, you don't want to listen. You also don't want to you want to do it your way. You don't want to listen to someone else.
What would you tell the little boy right now if the boy cried in front of you again?
Well, I think it's a difficult one. right? My question as a coach would be, wow, tell me more. What made you cry?
Tell me more.
Tell me more. What made you cry?
Okay. I want to tap into your wisdom.
Ah,
Tell me more.
ah,
These three words, these
yeah.
three magic words.
Ah.
What will change if you were to tell these three words to other men you coaching?
Oh, I think, you see, in coaching, we have this opportunity to set expectation, right? First of all, it's confidential, right? So men need a safe space, right? That I am comfortable to listen to you, to share with you. And I know that you're not going to share with someone, right? So I build trust with you, right? And so then I'm going to share my vulnerabilities. This is a new word in a man's dictionary. To be vulnerable, to be weak. Brene Brown, one of the famous authority in vulnerability, talks about vulnerability as a strength, not as a weakness, right? And I think this is catching up in a lot of cultures, that it is okay to share how I feel, but not necessarily with the mass crowd, right? And so that is it, uh, for a beginning.
Okay. So two keywords I capture here: safe space and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think a safe space should be for men?
Okay. I think a safe space is a space of presence. It's a key word in coaching. Uh, Let me start with presence. Presence is you are now talking to me and I'm looking at my phone. That is not presence. My presence is to be with you.
Yep.
Right?
So I am.
Yeah. So I am listening to you and I'm here to listen to you and understand you and to support you. How many of us are today able to do that? Forget about men. Generally, in a general context, we are not wanting to do that. In coaching, we are paid, right? So there is a commitment from the coaches, right? And so we are here to understand, listen to you, and I give you a good example. I have a friend who came from Switzerland or Sweden. I can't remember, many years ago, and he left his family here. He came for work, and he said, "Rajiv, I'm doing a small experiment in front of KLCC. Would you want to join?" I actually didn't have the time. Accidentally, I ran into KLCC one day and I used the LRT. I was walking out and he put a sign out there and says, "Let's talk." Right? A big sign says, "Let's talk." And he had no one around, right? So I went and said, "Hey, what is this, man?" Right? And he said, "No, I just want to give an option for people to talk." Right? I was very curious. Do you know, in a month, there are people around 30 to 40 hanging around him. And he not necessarily he is talking, he's allowing people to talk to each other. Right? So our society has given this opportunity. We don't say hello to people. We don't connect with people. I came by MRT. Everybody was busy on the phone, right? They don't want to connect. We have lost this culture, right? To smile. And I remember holding this railing and I saw this young lady struggling to find a place to hold, right? And being tall, I can hold the rail, right? So I took out and she put the hand and then she looked at me and smiled. Right?
Nice.
Right? So it's a connection. So what is happening is men need assurance. Number one, I need someone who's willing to listen and talk to me and who's willing to be present. I have this thought, "Hey, how are you?" "Good, man." "Are you sure you're good?" Can you tell me more? What's happening? Right? So to take to the question to the next level, look at their eyes, right? And it couldn't be a task, it should be a connection. Yep. Right? And so I think this will help men to open up more.
Be present for safe space, not sure, non-judgmental, and always be right there with whatever you're doing.
Yes.
That's your point. Okay. Second keyword, vulnerable. How men nowadays can start learning the power of being vulnerable.
I'm not an expert, but I, being a coach,
based on your personal experience,
being a coach, I also learned, because I'm coaching others, that I have to be also like that.
Yes.
Right? So I maybe I have become more, I'm an introvert. Okay. You have to take this also into consideration. Some of us are introverts, right? So we are not ready to open up. But at the same time, do you have someone you can tell exactly how you're feeling?
Okay.
Right? Okay. So I'm going to take an example. Example is, when I grew up, I noticed all the students in my class are all smart. And I thought, there's something wrong with me. They all can learn. I cannot learn. Right? And I'm not going to tell you my age, but my parents,
wise enough.
My parents thought, actually my mother, because from Malaysia, I went to India to study. I went to one of the best schools. And I was feeling a bit thing. My mother used to call me, "You're stupid." And I'm the one who work hard than my brother. My brother doesn't learn much and he can do well. So I really didn't know what's wrong with me, but I'm a hard worker and I actually went through all this thing, but I'm not sharing, hey, I got a problem, because who tells about problem when we grow up? Especially I'm a boy. Maybe the girls go to their mothers and tell their problem, but my father not around, right? But all this while, because of my hard effort, I came back to Malaysia. I'm a Malaysian citizen, so I was in accounting line, and then I decided I want to further my studies. I went to US.
Okay.
Right. And it's during that time, they are used to multiple choice questions, and I flunked all the first tests.
Okay.
And my professor, who's also my mentor, they have an advisor. I said, are you okay now? I said, yeah, I'm okay. But we realize you have flunked all your exams. There is an issue. So we want to send you to a psych test to see whether everything is okay. So they sent me to one of the best hospitals, and a report came and said, I'm a dyslexic. So I have a learning problem, right? Right. But the thing, what I'm trying to tell is, I'm not opening and say, I cannot learn, right? But in that culture, maybe if you say that also is stupid, right? Today, I'm trying to help dyslexic children to understand themselves better and tell, hey, you are smarter. Actually, I'm more organized than many people, right? Even today, I came early, right? And it's like, that is my style. I'm well arranged. And so what I'm trying to tell is, you see, that changed my life by not opening up. Of course, there was no treatment for dyslexia there. Now I totally don't agree with how dyslexia is seen, because they're separated, which is also not good, right? And but I think when you don't open up, you are not sharing an issue, including stress, depression, and anything relating to mental health that will develop, right? So I think that's what I want to share.
With your personal condition right now, like this, and you have actually thrived and even coach others. Okay. So I would like to understand more as to how you adjusted your mindset.
Okay, well, you have a tough question. You're asking a coaching question. I think is and now I realize maybe there's some male ego also. You don't want to fail.
No one wants to fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to fail, so you have a passion on personal development, right? And you can learn a lot of things, right? We have access to a lot of things. You can even attend this thing, listen, forget it. But the thing is, as a coach, I say, what is an action you will take today? So if you are not action oriented, then you have a problem, right? So today, I think one of the question is, what do I do in the morning?
Yes.
So one of the thing I use gratitude. So gratitude is what are three things we are grateful for. So I share, even though it looks very simple. I say, when you don't have anything, did you eat food? Did you sleep well? Did you have shelter? You can write those things, but there might be something specific you want to share, right? I met someone and I learned something, or someone gave me, bought me ice cream. It can be simple things. But the second exercise is intention, right? So, for example, I will arrive today for my podcast session and I will have a great time. You have to write, you have to start sharing feeling. Yeah. Because when you start practice feeling, which is very difficult for men, yeah, right, to share feeling. You when you run workshops, when you share the word, they look up because they do not know word, right? So I have this emotional cycle with 100 words of feeling. Then they pick and choose, oh, this one, right? So I think we have to give them the opportunity to learn and pick and choose, right? So this is what happened,
Okay.
right?
Right. I'm gonna zoom in to the emotion circle that you mentioned just now. Because what I realized that throughout my uh life, I have some guy friends, and whenever they called me up, tell me their problems, my first question is always, "How are you feeling?" And they always struggle to uh describe their feelings. And it gave me uh some realization as well that our education system did not include a subject or didn't teach us enough vocab to actually describe our feelings. So, based on your coaching journey, how did you actually introduce extra vocab to describe their feelings?
Okay. I'm not very good in technology and with all these new things, but don't you realize that all of us now communicate using emojis?
Not so much for me, yes.
Yeah. So we know what is upset, what is happy. Then we see someone sweating, some in tears, right? People now have started using emojis, right? So maybe is to help them pick and choose, or share with them what are the choices, right? So sometime in my coaching session, if it is a group coaching session, I will have these characters on the wall, right? Then is what is a simple way for you to communicate? So if you know it is like this, if you're smiling, you are upset, you show something else. So give them some choices. And you told something, people have difficulty to articulate, yes, how they are feeling, yeah, right? Or since they didn't have an opportunity, they don't have feeling now because they don't have to express anything. So I think that is a mistake.
Or they are actually conditioned from young to actually focus on success.
Yeah, definitely.
And minimize the feelings they are actually feeling.
Yes.
Okay. So how would you actually know that this person finding difficulties in expressing, but they are actually feeling a lot? Because usually men, they will portray themselves as everything's under control, everything's fine, let's just do it, let's just solve the problem. But when it comes to processing the aftermath, processing their feelings, it's usually delayed.
Okay. All right. So it's a very interesting area that I specialize is sales coaching, right? And sales people, they are all driven, highly high performance based people. They are very disciplined and they get things done. And there is a part that comes is they are like a machine, and suddenly you change the environment or change the situation, they get upset.
Okay.
They get triggered.
Because they can't deal with uncertainties.
Yes.
Right.
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 So I think is to help them to actually reflect. And in my coaching, we do that. Example, I'm going to give you an example. Okay. You are meeting a client and you walk in to see the client, and the client doesn't want to look at your face. So, tell what you want. Right? So, how do you get into that situation? How do you prepare for that situation? Right? So, how do you get the attention of that client? So, this is quite a bit, right? So, sometimes it's pre-preparation, right? In sales, we talk about pre-preparation for an appointment. How do you address a person? How do you get the attention of the person? Right? So we go through all those things. So what is happening in the process is now they are becoming more aware to adjust, adapt to the new situation.
Adjust and adapt.
Adapt. Yeah.
All right. It's very interesting. All right. So let's come back to this word, mental health, right? If there's one thing you want to share about mental health, what would it be?
Okay. You see, men are performance driven. When you talk about health itself, is not something that people very excited to talk about. It's no, it's personal. That's my thing, right? I know what to do. I know to go for my checkup. I will do whatever, right? And in being in Malaysia, everybody is promoting health. Sometimes you get tired. You go to the mall, they are trying to promote something. And you talk to a friend, oh, you should do this. You know the Malaysian method, you should try this, try this. So I think it is not very attractive to a man. I'm using the second word, health, right? Okay. But health is important, right?
Yep.
Health should be related to fitness. That is more interesting, right? So mental is, hey, I'm not sick. I don't have a problem with mental. What are you talking about? Why are you having this session to talk about mental? It's not about mental, right? So I think we need to find something that will might be reframe the word. And I think one of the words that I found in the last few days is mental fitness, because men like physical fitness, right? They like to run, they race, they want to do all those things, go to the gym, right? Now there is a thing called mental fitness.
Okay. So Rajiv, we touch on mental fitness. How should a man start practicing it or strengthen their mental fitness? In your opinion, one simple thing that can just kickstart the journey.
I think reflection very important. What do women do when they get up? They look at the mirror also, right? Or nowadays women don't look at the mirror. I do not know, right?
Okay.
But I think is to look at yourself and ask, how am I doing? Right? Is there anything I need to do better today to make myself feel better? You see, the wording need to change. What can make me feel better, right? So I'm going to work with a lot of people. For example, I again take the sales contacts, right? I go into the office. I need to say hello to people. I need uh, to engage with people, and I need to connect with people, right? And my P is to reach out to my clients and say, "How are you doing?" Right? And get to know them at a deeper sense. When I am listening to someone more deeper, then it is reflecting on my own life, right? So, because that person is sharing feeling, now you're exchanging feelings, right? So, I would say check in is a key word. Check in with yourself, check in with others, right? It's the best exercise you can start with your change of mental fitness, right?
How would you suggest people surrounding to actually check in with their male counterparts, their family members who are guy, brothers, or even father?
Mm.
How would you suggest people check in with? So,
So one of my observation right now, everyone is texting,
mm,
texting all the time,
you mean like messaging, WhatsApp?
messaging, WhatsApp, all that, Instagram, right? All this texting. But when is the last time you make a call? Can you call like you text? So my wife, on her birthday, I was very surprised. She is calling her friends and finding out how they are doing. I said, don't you think they should be calling you on your birthday? She said, no, I want to call people, right? Not necessarily she tell, hey, it's my birthday, no. But I just want to call people and say, hey, how are you doing? Right? Is everything okay? I think that culture is being lost. And that includes men, because it is a cultural, big culture. Everyone is texting, no one is calling each other. And we don't realize the importance of connection. So I'm going to give you a good example that happened last week. I have a friend, I would say, kind of some reasons we got disconnected, but the son is around 41 now. And during COVID, I helped him a lot because he was struggling. He was starting a small, not like this hotel, a bit smaller, bed and breakfast kind of thing. And he hired me as his coach, right? So we didn't connect, we didn't meet for a while. Guess what? Uh, last Sunday, he actually uh, sent a note to my wife and say, "Hey, this is my daughter, 5-year-old daughter," and he said, "Can you share this with Uncle?" Because his father is my friend, so he tries to be very decent. So I immediately called him. I said, "Can we meet?" And he's a one person who doesn't meet people immediately, right? So this was on, Uncle, we meet tomorrow, lunch. I said, lunch, I've got an appointment. Okay, then meet at 2 o'clock. I said, where? He said, I'll come and pick you up. He knows the place. He comes and picks me up. 1 hour we spent. He covered everything in 2 years' time. Everything that happened in his life, 2 years he covered. He he dropped me back. So that was Sunday, right? Tuesday night, I receive a message, and normally I sleep early, 9:30, I sleep early. Morning I woke up, my life crashed. He got killed in a car accident on his way to Talakintan to look after a farm. I just couldn't bear it because I met him. I just met him. I connected with him. We exchanged a lot of things, right? I'm very, first, of course, I'm very upset, but today I look at it. He's a Hindu. I got invited to the 16-day prayer. I've reconnected with the father who I didn't talk to for a while. But what I'm trying to tell is, can you get that feeling when you are chit chatting on a WhatsApp or a Instagram, right? It's different. I'm not saying that you have to meet every day, everyone. But now you said, my parents brought me up. When is the last time you call them and say, hey, how are you doing? No, really, how are you doing? Because they will only say one word, oh, good, right? But hey, wow, what is happening? What is new in your life, right? So now they open up a bit more. Uh, any issues that you are managing that is not difficult for you, how can I support you, right? Can't you do that even with your colleague, with your your brother, sister, your friends, right? I always tell salespeople, it's not about the business. But when is the last time you called a college mate, right? And say, hey, how are you doing? I want to update you now. I'm an insurance agent. This is what I do. If you know anyone who needs help, you are informing them, right? So it is okay one. So now you are connecting with people. Our life is very short. I can tell you, I have no guarantee that I will see the whoever here in front of me in this room tomorrow. I live that way because I assume this is an important event in my life and I might not be able to share this tomorrow, right? And and if that is the case, are we aware that life is so fast? Can we do something today to make a difference for someone? And while you make a difference for someone, you're making a difference for yourself.
Thank you for sharing. I also noticed that men actually mask their emotions. I think this is a problem that is harder to solve than finding or finding difficulties in expressing emotions. Masking is more like, yeah, actually not well. They may feel sad, but they mask it. It's like, it's okay, this is life, let's move on. Yeah. So any thoughts on this?
Okay, so one of the things I talked about conditioning, right? So conditioning has become a habit,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
When when does the mask come out? You have to have a tragedy, right? But we are not inviting tragedies to happen.
But
Even
it's life.
yeah, even tragedies people don't open up, right? Because they just keep quiet, right? So I think is uh they need to find, I don't know where I got this word, a sweet spot to open up, right? That it is time that I know that if I want to perform better, my mental fitness also is crucial. That is realization. And to do that, I need to reflect with myself. I also need to share with someone that I know, right? Uh, and who could be the closest that you can uh, you talk to, right? In my case, it's my wife, right? I see my wife more as my friend, rather than my so-called wife, right? So anything I will share, right? She's also a coach, so she's knowledgeable. She understands why I think in a certain way. She don't get upset with me, right? But I think is she knows what is happening. But then if you are single, who's a friend that you can talk to, right? Uh, and this happens a lot. It's a very good question. Where do men open up? Are they really opening up generally? Can I ask you this question? Since you, uh, where do you think men open up? And what do you think they open up?
Men rarely open up,
Yeah, but
but they do. They do. If you make them feel that you're not judging
uh,
and you're open to hear them out and be present with, like what you mentioned. Usually, my guy friends they open up.
oh, very good.
Yeah,
That's nice.
because I will just be there, be still,
Uh,
and just be present. Like let's say I'll just say it's okay. I'll just have a mamak session with you. We don't need to talk about it. Just be there as a friend.
okay, so I heard certain point being present and no need to.
I don't judge.
You don't judge and
Yeah.
you don't tell.
Mm.
You see, our context here, a lot of people love to give advice, especially my age range. People like to give advice. And then uh, men tend to end up, I'm talking about a certain age. I don't know about the young people who go out, what they do. But a lot of people end up going to the bar. What are they talking? They are talking about something else. They are never going to share that they have a problem. They are going to complain about politics. They will complain about all the other things, but they never complain about themselves. So they are not opening up. It is not a safe space because they're also afraid, hey, will people know about what I'm doing? Right? So the thing is to find a true companion uh, who not drinking buddy, someone you can feel to stretch. But then the next question is, why should I share? Doesn't matter what. I'm doing well in life, right? But the thing is, now we are talking about mental fitness. So you need to know if you're mentally not fit, then what happen is you bottle up, and bottle up, and either you have a heart attack, right? And we see that trend a lot, right? Younger people are dying lately, right? Why are they dying? Because of stress. Stress is the main reason people are dying. Stress is something not cannot be managed by medication. It has to be dealt with, right? And you have to deal with someone that who feels to keep it confidential, right? And it's a safe space for them to open up, right? So I think this is crucial for them to move forward. If they bottle up and it doesn't, they keep it themselves, then they will have other issues.
If they continue to bottle up, is there any impact for their social lives?
Oh, they're going to start avoiding people. They are going to keep to themselves. They're going to get angry, get upset, get irritated with everything they see. You will see that a lot, right? They start moving out of the crowd. Suddenly they disappear. They will take. They go into drastic action. We had a case a few years ago. A guy just drove straight into the office and brought down the building. So angry. He's so upset with the boss, right? He doesn't talk to anyone, right? And so he just, the anger took him to other things. So we see murder, people getting action. This recent case of the guy who killed the guy, beat up the guard, and later found it's a murder now. You think he's an okay guy? I think he's an okay guy, but he has issues inside his life. He just got angry with the God, right? So we have to understand where things are coming from. And people need to manage this. If they don't manage, it's going to be a danger to people. So my thought is this. When you see do you see this kind of people in front of you?
Seldom.
You have to look. I make it a habit to watch. I'm very active on Facebook, being older, I think. But I watch the words of people and I throw them a question, right? Right? Instead of because they're judging, they're upset, right? I just throw a question. I do my job of just throwing a question for them to become more aware. So I think we have a role in asking question so that they become more aware.
Mm. Becoming more aware.
More aware.
Okay. All right. So to wrap up this whole session, do you have some key points for the audience to take away from this uh, amazing sharing? Is there any 3 key points? We have prepared actually a whiteboard.
Okay. Would it be okay? I take
Yeah.
put something up.
Yep.
Aware. Awareness.
Yep.
Awareness is the first act of courage, right? Because we talk about uh, from a male point, it's important, right? Because it connects with them very well, right? To be courageous, right? So now that is the first act of courage. You can't heal what you won't face. Yeah, you can't heal what you won't face. So pause each day and ask, how am I feeling today? Right? So this is the first one. Next one is we need to say accept. So accept doesn't mean giving up, right? We need to understand because we are not losing out of this. Say, hey, now I'm in control. I know I've accepted this. It means you are giving permission to yourself to be human.
Yep.
Right? That makes me complete because now, as a human, I'm not a robot. I realize that there is something that I need to correct, that I have a mistake, which now will help me to progress because I've identified a mistake. And I want to put this up very powerful. We have heard it many times. It is okay to be, I would say, it is okay to not be okay.
It is okay. It's okay to be not.
Okay. It is
It
okay.
is okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
This is what you want to tell the
Yeah.
audience, the guys.
Yeah.
That's
Right?
very powerful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because we have a feeling, oh, not okay is a problem. But it is good that you know that that you're not okay. Right? So now you know what you have to do because you are addressing it, right? And the last one is act. So how do you act? The first way to act is so you are now aware and you are accepting it. Take one small step. And what is that small step? Talk to someone. Can be anyone. You choose who you want to be.
A stranger.
Yeah, it can be. It can be a stranger, right? Move your body.
Mm.
My wife tells me, relax, right? And you just take a break.
Mm.
Take a break, go for a walk,
Mm.
smell the air, right? Just do that. Small actions compound to mental fitness, right? And I think the bottom line is we are trying to arrive to mental fitness. I'm working on this model, but I think this is an early part. But I really enjoyed the conversation because I also discovering myself with this passion to uh, serve men's mental fitness. And I want to call it from silence to strength. I will call this model silence to strength.
Before I wrap this up, can I have the marker as well?
Yeah.
So to add on to your model, currently Emotion Pod, my company, we have this 4A methodology.
Okay.
Right? So it always start with awareness.
Very good.
Okay. There's a second step here, my model. We have this word for acknowledge. Yeah. Then acceptance and act. Because a lot of people are aware, but they don't sit down and actually look at it. Right? Just like you mentioned, it takes courage to actually face what you do not want to face. Right? Maybe that part is actually acknowledged. So we have these 4A strategies because everything starts with A. Yeah. To
Okay,
you,
very good.
it's silence to strength, but for us, it's 4A methodology.
Excellent.
Yeah. Thank you very much for sharing your time and making effort early in the morning to travel all the way to MOV Hotel by MRT, right? Thank you very much. And I actually learned a lot from you, and your genuine sharing actually showed me actually men can be open up, right? Uh, to wrap up as well, you actually shared a few points, which is very similar to what Emotion Pod is doing. And at this place at MOVE Hotel, thank you for giving us this whole space with good noise cancellation wall as well. And representing MOVE Hotel, they do actually have a voucher for you. It's a 2 days, 1 night stay. Thank you for contributing your insights and wisdom. Let's see how we can talk about something else in the future.
Sure.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.